Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on temperature. Temperature is a very interesting concept which can be used in many settings. In simple terms, temperature involves the amount of heat or cold that is present. To add interest to this fascinating topic, we have a wide vocabulary to consider. Words such as hot, cold, boiling, freezing, cool, lukewarm, warm and chilly are just a few of the words that are associated with temperature. How do we measure temperature? The most common instrument used to measure temperature is called a thermometer. It has a scale measured in degrees. There's a simple example of a thermometer. When somebody asks about the weather, they will normally be interested in the temperature for that particular day. The instrument to the left is called a thermometer, and it is used to tell us the temperature on any particular day. There are two scales, and many countries use one or the other. Some use both. So we have here what we call the Fahrenheit scale, and here we have the centigrade or Celsius scale. Other types of thermometers. Now this thermometer here is what we're talking about. Firstly, this thermometer is used to measure the temperature of a human being. It can be placed in the mouth for about 30 seconds, and it will give you a digital reading of around 37 degrees Celsius. Of course, that's about normal body temperature. Now the next one is this one. Cars have very sophisticated temperature gauges installed in them. They must be sophisticated because we have to keep an accurate measure of the temperature in the car, because we don't want it to overheat, because it could ruin the engine or the motor. So very, very important to have a very good gauge inside the car to keep a good record of the temperature at all times. The above thermometer can be placed in an oven because many foods need to be cooked at a specific temperature for a specific time. A refrigerator has highly sophisticated equipment for monitoring temperature. The inside of a normal fridge is about 4 degrees Celsius. This is essential to keep the food fresh. A freezer must be kept slightly below 0 degrees centigrade for the food to last for long periods of time. For example, if you're putting meat in a freezer, you want it to last for weeks and maybe a few months. So it has to be frozen for the food to last that long. Water. Water is one of the most widely studied resources when it comes to temperature. It is said that pure water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So here is the boiling point here, and that's the temperature where it freezes. That's 0 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius. We can also see normal body temperature. So as we saw on the previous slide, normal body temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius. With respect to weather, the temperature may vary between 0 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius, for example. Now these are just two extremes, but it is possible, and we've seen, or you will have seen in many countries, that the temperature could be minus 10 degrees or minus 20 degrees Celsius or even lower. And in some countries, especially in the desert, you can get temperatures well over 50 degrees Celsius. And these are just some examples here of what can happen on any particular day.